Jim Burris with the Colorado Beer Trail. We are here at the 15th annual Big Beers, Belgians, and Barley Wines Festival, and I'm speaking with Laura Lodge, who's one of the founders of this festival. Laura, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate you taking the time to come.
Thanks. And tell me, how did this festival get started?
This festival was an idea that was created to give an opportunity to the general public in 2001 to try some of these specialty and at that time microbrew opportunities that people didn't really understand. So my brother owned his own distributorship and had a very nice international portfolio, as well as a lot of the up and coming, soon to be very successful craft breweries like Stone and Great Divide and Left Hand, and I mean there was just a whole bunch of those beginning microbrews that he carried in his portfolio at that time, and the buyers at the liquor stores and the general public didn't really understand those products at that time. So in order to give everybody an opportunity to kind of make that connection, he came up with the idea with one of his retailers to have a trade show that was open to the public. So a trade show is not a new idea, and a festival is not a new idea, but to combine the two of them and invite the buyers from the liquor stores and the restaurants to come in and taste all of the opportunities, and then have the public come in, and if the public bought in and understood, then they would then request that the buyers order at their local liquor store. So it was kind of a two-pronged approach to education of both the retail buyer and of the public.
Great. And it seems like education is just a really big component of this festival. Unlike some other festivals, it's not just about tasting the beers, but you have a lot of informative seminars as well.
We do, and we also have a 64-page program to take with you when you're in the commercial tasting that describes every single beer. So education is huge. We really got started with our seminars in year number 1. Adam Avery brought a vertical of Hog Heaven, and at that point nobody had really grasped the concept of cellaring beer. It was cellaring wine, sure, but not cellaring beer. So that vertical was really the first opportunity that many of those attendees had to even think about that concept and talk about what it means and what would happen to a beer if it aged over time. And one of our seminars this year, actually, Patrick Dawson's talking about vintage beers and how to pick those beers that are cellar worthy. So it has really carried through the years, and it's grown from that one single seminar in the afternoon on a one-day festival to be 13 educational seminars this year.
That's great. And at the beginning, you had about 24 or so brewers and about a couple hundred people.
That's about right. I would say about 25 breweries and importers. Artisanal Imports has been with us almost the whole time as well. Artisanal brand. So it's really been about that size at the beginning all the way till this year are sold out as 1,600 people for that same commercial tasting. So even though all the rest of our events throughout the weekend are 100 people or less, that commercial tasting is really the focal point and is the anchor for the weekend.
Now, with a sold-out festival like this, what do you look to in the future as far as growing this festival, or what's it going to look like 3, 4, 5 years from now?
Well, we don't want to lose that intimate, small, boutique, upscale kind of white tablecloth connection. So we don't want to grow it any further than it is right now. We want to keep it exclusive. We want to make sure that all of our kind of celebrity brewmasters that love to ski continue to come. We don't want them to send, as much as we love the marketing people, we'd love to see the brewmaster or the owner. And we have so many of those percentage-wise in attendance at our events. So we want to make sure that we continue that connection with the brewers. And if we get any bigger, we'll lose that. So we really want to maintain what Big Beers is all about.
Nice. Well, thank you very much for talking with us today. This is a great festival, really well run, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you very much, and thank you again for coming up this weekend.